Well, Chris Lewis is the illustrator of Baritus Catholic Illustration. Baritus is an artistic project dedicated to preserving the legacy of our rich Catholic artistic traditions, but in a way that resonates today. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for the invite. Any morning where I get to talk about art and the faith is a blessing. So thank you for the invite.
It's a good way to start, especially down there in Atlanta where you are calling from, just outside Atlanta. But we love Georgia. Right. Well, the meaning and translation of Baritus is fascinating. Do you mind sharing with us and our viewers the background and deciding upon this name?
Yeah, sure. Picking a name for a new business is not easy. Unfortunately, because we're Catholics, we have the Latin language, so that gives us a whole nother language of words to choose from. And I came across this word reading about the late Roman Empire and how the Romans encountered some of the invasions from the barbarians. And they described this war cry as the Baritus. So the meaning of the word is war cry, or actually means trumpeting. It's got like a double meaning. And so when I thought about that, it resonated with me because I was always inspired as a kid by like the epic battles in the Old Testament. And this idea of the trumpeting kind of recalled to mind the angels at the end of time, or the angels blowing their trumpets from heaven, or the end of times. And so there was this nice double meaning there that I thought really was powerful and strong and resonated well for the name. So there we go. The rest is history.
Hey, Chris, they say, that converts to the Catholic faith are the best Catholics of all. I know you haven't always been Catholic. Through your conversion journey, did art help you to come to an appreciation of the Catholic faith?
Oh, absolutely. Because while I was raised as a non-Catholic, as a Protestant, we really didn't have artistic traditions in my Protestant upbringing. That became untenable for me to hold to Protestantism when I started to have some serious questions. And I didn't know anything about Catholicism until I met my wife. And one of the first things she did with me was take me to Mass. And I remember sitting in Mass and just being overwhelmed by the beauty that was in this cathedral in St. Augustine, Florida. And then I would go to her parents' house, and her parents just like covered every wall of their house with religious art. And these were all new things to me. I didn't know who the saints were. We didn't have much of a devotion to Mary in my upbringing. And so it started to really bring to life all these things and make the faith real. So that's the power of art, is that it really does make the faith real. It connects you to this transcendental, the reality beyond this life. And so, yeah, art was definitely a big part of that.
Chris, tell me about your work and what you do.
Yeah, I've been drawing since I was a kid using crayons on napkins. I mean, pretty much as far back as I can remember, I've been an artist. But I went into graphic design for about 17 years, and that gave me a lot of skills, but I really missed drawing again. And when I went on some trips to the Vatican, I was really inspired by some of the art that I saw there in the Vatican and the other churches in Rome. And I thought, you know what? I had converted to Catholicism. My faith was growing, and I really wanted to express myself in the way that these masters from the past had. And I thought there's a good opportunity there to recognize that God gave me this talent, and I should give it back to him. So I really decided at that point, I'm going to devote my time to illustrating Catholic subjects, Catholic themes, and really bring the faith to life in a way, the way that I saw it. And I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything. I really try and stay true to the traditions, as you mentioned, the legacy that went before us. But now I'm doing it through a digital art medium. So it is sort of a more modern medium that has a lot more applications to it. And maybe it's not necessarily used for sacred art in churches, but I can do other things, make products and things like that with it. So
I'm looking at that image of St. Peter behind you with the keys. You say that your illustrations are not kind of anything out of the ordinary, but I think they're quite unique. Is there a favorite illustration that you've created for you? A favorite
thank you. Yeah, it's hard to say. I have my heart's attached to a little bit of all of them in some kind of way. St. Peter, this one here is probably one of the ones that's most personal to me because he really became a saint that I attached myself to as I converted. He's also the patron of our business. I've dedicated the business to his patronage. And I'm just really inspired by his story in the Gospels and just his perseverance in the faith. And so like this piece here has a lot of symbolism tied up into the full illustration, and that one probably means the most to me.
And we have to thank you, Chris, because I know that Catholic TV has gotten some of those cards that we're going to give out to some of our viewers.
That's right. Yeah, what a blessing. Thank you all for partnering to do those. It was a great opportunity to be able to share my art through Catholic TV network. So thank you for that. I hope those should be coming soon, and I look forward to being able to share those too.
Well, Adam on our staff, he recognizes good art.
He does. Yeah. He does.
It's true.
Chris, where can people go to purchase a sticker or a card or a shirt? Where can they go?
Yeah, so the easiest place would probably be barituscatholic.com. That will link to my social media. I'm mostly active on Instagram. And it will also link to my shop, which right now is on Etsy. But barituscatholic.com is where you can really link to all the outlets where I push my work out to the world. So
great.
Well, next time you're up in Massachusetts visiting your brother, you should stop by and say hi.
Absolutely.
Please
Thank
do.
You. Yeah, now that I know about you all, I'll have to do that. Thank you.
Chris, thanks so much. Have a great day.
All right, you too. God bless.
God bless. Bye.